Hello everybody, it's Cam here, and today I'm going to be showcasing the new Ironcap Arquebusiers Mastery. They just added this today, so I'm quite happy because I always like this unit. So let's take a look at it. 24% here on the first 4 nodes and a little more stats, 200 piercing damage, quite good. Now next, they unlock a skill, increases the rate of fire for 12 seconds. Now this is on a 21-second cooldown and it lasts 12 seconds, so you could almost always have this up. Next, you get 2 unit damage increases against certain types of enemies. Apologies. And then you get this. This is the coolest part of their kit, which is they basically throw little bombs. The best comparison is Shenji Grenadiers, but they don't have like the CC of it. They don't like knock them to the floor, and they throw it like willy-nilly. They shoot, they might throw it, so that's really cool. Now doctrines I'm running, I'm just trying to run the best doctrines possible to show their max potential. So Fusillade 5, I wish I had a tier 5 version of this. Piercing damage, and this to make shielded units less of a pain, and accuracy. The veterancy, there's only really one option, top line, because if you go bottom line, you don't get the stuff of top line, obviously, and the top line nodes are amazing. Rate of fire, accuracy, 30% right here, and if you go bottom line, you don't get any of this. So, the unit traits are actually, they used to be true, right? The poor shot, slow shot, yeah, none of these are true. They're actually quite accurate, and they fire actually really fast once you pop this ability. So you guys can see it in the unit training, which I'll take you to it right now. Hello everybody, we're here in the unit training. So let's waste no time and show you what their new abilities do. Now of course they're like a normal musket unit. They get their little 1 ability. So look, we're facing shields, so I expect most of their stuff to get blocked. Look at that. But if we press 2 here, start throwing little firecrackers. Yeah. So as you can see, it didn't do too much in terms of damage, but I'm sure you could hear the fire effect, like the fire rate. Excuse me. So I'm actually gonna wait for this to come off cooldown. Let's try it with the meat shield here. So we press the 2 ability. Okay, look at that. I'm seeing some good numbers. 1,000, 1,500. Yeah, that's quite good actually. So let's actually try this. Get a quick ammo resupply real quick, and then let's try this on some of these stalwarts, and let's see if I can tank for them. Okay. So of course they're gonna block everything, but look, bombs are definitely doing something. I don't want them to go to my unit, but yeah, so it's not so bad. I think you could actually use this. You know, I won't even lie. They might actually be better than Shenjis, because Shenjis are so bad. Like, right now, they're not great. But wow, I'm actually quite impressed with this. So I'm gonna actually test this in some siege battles, and let's get right into it. Okay guys, hopping into the siege. We are on Current Castle. Not a bot match, completely real guys. So we actually got quite lucky. I'm playing Polax for the Rough Justice Ultimate here, so we can lock down any divers. Our team's going in already. We really can't go around the corner without getting dived by cav or other units, so we're just gonna stay back here. I'm just using the 1, get what chip we can, and these Spartans turn around. I pressed the 2 right here, and you can see I'm already throwing bombs, stopping the cav right there. And you can see, look at the bombs. Yeah, you could see a lot of damage. I even caught a kill. Amazing. Right there. Okay, you could see my team also has a similar idea with stacking the range, but right here I can see I'm low on ammo, and as you saw in the training battles, or the training unit testing thingy, they run out of ammo really quick, and as you just saw, we're already almost out after one ability usage. So any doctrine that would increase their ammo would be great. I don't know if there is one. I think there is, but I'm not sure if it's a lot. But keep going here. These guys don't really have the range to do like crazy snipes like the Janissaries or whatever. I kind of miss these Wu. Anyways, my shot's going to the wall. But I noticed my units like going out for some reason, so I immediately bring them back. I'm keeping my eye on this shield unit. It looks like they're going to be coming in my line of sight here. So I immediately press 2 to see the grenade damage. And you can see they're hitting for 400. That's good to know. So it'll at least do 400 damage, the grenades. So that's good to see. Then stalwarts come over. I'm noticing all we have for front line is Orochi Samurai, and those guys go down pretty quick. So I get my fire. For some reason I go up, but luckily I get out with most of the unit. I double tap C, get them out as fast as possible here. Now, I'm going to supply point right now, restocking them. It's quite a scary maneuver here. Little remnants of shield. Looks like they got to the line roar crew, unfortunately. But as you can see, like any musket unit, they do struggle with shields. Every bullet is blocked. But we still have a chunk of the unit. So we're going to keep going here. Now I'm going to check out what's happening. So it seems like they're having some trouble on the point, the enemy that is. So that's why they're all grouped there. And I think I'm going to turn and fire once my team pushes. So I'm waiting for that line roar crews setting up. We have some halberdiers, some melee units, which is nice to see. And see some cav, try to take some shots at them. Does work, a lot of shots connect. Granting us a couple kills right there. Our team is pushing now, and I'm moving my unit forward here. Make sure I'm not on my horse here just in case anyone dives. I'm ready to press T and immediately ult them. So we press 2 right here. I'm looking around for any divers, but you can see we're throwing the grenades, we're chucking them. You could see some firecrackers going out. See burst of numbers right there. I just checked if I was recording, because this is actually quite a nice clip showing what they can do. We press 2 again, but alas, we're running out of ammo. I'm quite scared of this cav, but luckily we do have halberdiers up. But we ran out of ammo and we're getting shot down. So basically, my opinion of these guys, now that unit's basically dead, is that like any cheap ranged unit, they're quite hard to play. I mean, especially because you're a musket, you have to be closer than an archer. Here's why. First of all, crazy, like the amount of health they have is super small. They die to basically anything. I've played a couple siege battles already with these guys, and I've had them die to a musket bomb. They just throw a musket bomb, liquid fire on top of that, and like your entire unit's gone. So definitely be wary of those. Longbows will definitely cook these guys if there are any longbow players in your match. So just be wary of that. As well as be wary of people diving this. People see this thing and say it's free 28 kills. So just be wary of that. Looking at the screen, I have one unit, but something interesting enough, you're about to see it, is when I press 2 here, you're going to see that one guy only throws grenades. See, he just chucks grenades. 400, 400. He did twice in a row, which makes me think that it's actually not bad even if you've lost most of your unit, because the amount of grenade thrown during that rapid fire still applies even if you have a lower unit count. For example, if I have 28 units, the full stack, um, let's say I throw five firecrackers, and let's say I have only 5 of my unit, they'll still throw the 5 firecrackers in theory just off that clip. Now don't take my word for it, guys. You can test this yourselves. Let me know in the comments actually. But my overall opinion of these guys, they're only 95 leadership, so it's quite good to top off your warband. If you're bringing 2 legendary units, you could throw this guy on top. Um, in ranked, I'm not so sure. I have played a ranked game with these guys just as like filling my leadership out. They do alright against heavily armored units. You saw against the Imperial Spear Guys, the most heavily armored units, man. They do basically 400 damage a pop, and even against those Iron Reapers, they did 400. So, my overall opinion, they're pretty good. They're definitely a really fun mastery, and if you really like that type of playstyle and Shenjis aren't like doing it for you, um, then definitely pick up these guys, man. I had a lot of fun with them, and that's basically my take on these guys. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully I can see you again in another video. Anyways, peace.